Hey everybody, we are Comasoft, and you are watching Wheeler's Weekend Jams live and direct.
Yeah!
Wheeler's Weekend Jams live and direct.
Wheeler's Weekend Jams live and direct, and I'm sitting here with the boys from Comasoft. How you guys doing tonight? Good. Individually, one by one, if you would like to introduce yourselves.
I'm Jimmy.
I'm Chris.
Jay.
I'm Adam.
All right, guys, I appreciate you coming down and doing this interview, or we came to you, actually. Yeah, anytime, man. So now, how did you guys all meet? When was the beginning of this band?
It's a long story. I get like who you're sitting here with. Me and Crispy used to play, like his band, the other band that he was in used to play with our band sometimes, and then I just sort of like asked him one night when we were drinking a lot if he wanted to be in Comasoft instead, and he switched. So, yeah, that's the way that's been. We met Adam just through mutual friends, and I knew he was a guitar player, but I didn't know how good of one he was. But so that worked out. And then Jimmy, I don't know exactly how we met Jimmy, just through his old band.
I met you at Exit.
Yeah,
drinking a lot.
his old band Ghost House, we knew that he could play, so we're just like, let's do it. That's how it all came about.
Now, growing up in the Chicagoland area, what's your guys' opinion on the entire, I should say, Chicago music scene, for that matter?
God, I'm always into the Chicago music scene. You looked at me because you figured I had opinions on that one.
I think you had opinions.
Right. I don't know. You grab the mic. No, I think Jimmy's got some opinions on that one too. Sure. But no, I mean, I love the Chicago music scene. I think it fosters little groups and a lot of indie music. And right now, I'm not sure. I think we need more access to venues all the time. I heard Abbey burned down this morning, right? Something like that.
It's just burnt up.
It's just burnt
Burned
up.
in?
But there was a little Greek lightning now.
What does that even mean?
That term?
No, all right, you take the mic. I don't even know what that means.
No, I don't know. Sure is insurance
I think that
fraud.
means insurance
Or-
fraud.
Yeah.
Well, cool. We can make it like prejudice.
Yeah,
Way.
I think that there's a pretty good scene. There's lots of cool venues that to play. It's just a matter of trying to get in there with all bands that all are like in the same exact genre.
There's a lot of digital DJ focused stuff right now, and it's nice to see a little resurgence right now.
Yeah.
There's in like indie rock and like organic music and stringed instruments and less backing tracks, more live. Even bands and DJs that rely on backing tracks and in their live performances are kind of shying away from that, I think, and trying to do things more organically and naturally, and that helps any band in town because it gives you more opportunities to play venues with these other artists and stuff, and collaborate. So I like it.
I think the weather is also kind of an inspiration. Every city all around the world,
Well, you get a lot of good albums that come out in the spring because everybody's. Oh, sorry. Can I grab? Yeah, there you go. Can I touch this? Everybody's locked up for the entire winter, for like 6 months out of the year, writing songs about how much they hate everything or how much they're ready for things to be awesome. So there's a lot of. I think recently, like Adam's talking about, like the not acoustic resurgence, but more of like a live band resurgence. You're seeing a lot of unique bands coming out of that who kind of like are kind of like a hybrid between electronic and like the DJ acts and kind of putting that pop feel into like their music and stuff. And it's really nice to see that kind of thing. I actually also think Chicago I come from a hip-hop background. Chicago was always known as Haterville with the hip-hop background, and I, personally, obviously not speaking for the band, but I do see a lot of, it's very hard to emerge in Chicago with a lot of, you'll have supporters, you'll have the people that are always there for you, you'll have everybody backing you up that you want, but it's very, very hard to come above that, I guess, is my point in making. Not to be negative, but at the same time, it's difficult to get ahead in the city sometimes.
Chicago loves their babies.
Chicago loves their babies.
Somebody as famous they're going to be.
Right.
And that's why I think it's nice to see newer labels coming out and old days
Agreed.
back around.
Yeah.
Because there's more opportunity for that.
Chicago fosters their people.
And it's gross here, so it's not like they're going to be writing any tropical house anytime soon. So.
That's definitely true, but it is nice to see the electronic surgeons kind of moving into its own thing and let the boys be boys and play music.
Hell yeah. Right on. You guys just came out with an EP, and actually you guys covered Sly Fox's Let's Go All the Way. Tell us how that came to be, and obviously you were inspired by Sly Fox, but...
I just thought it was kind of a ridiculous song. Like I liked it, as I like a lot of '80s music. But the lyrics were so ridiculous, and like the original version is really poppy, and when we started playing it, it came right away. It came across a lot more intense and a lot heavier, and I was like, we kind of have something here. It sounds, a lot different, but it kept the original vibe. Within the progression of the song and everything. And we started playing it out, and everyone really liked it. And we played it at a festival that the label that was putting it out through, like years ago. And afterwards, the head of the label, Dave, was like, "Hey, I really want to put this out. Can we do this?" And I had no intention of ever, doing much with it other than just kind of playing it live. But after a really long road, we went and recorded the drums a long time ago with a friend, and then we did some guitars, and we redid the guitars, and then we did all the vocals at Rax Tracks, and finally came together. So, but yeah, it's been getting a lot of downloads for them. There's a lot of good like overseas stuff. I did some like station IDs for some blogs in the UK and stuff last week. So yeah, it worked out great.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't know if you saw the original video ever, but it's amazing.
I watched it today, actually.
I think the inspiration came from Jay. If you've seen him play live, his whole stage performance is he's mastered the
The pop snap?
and yeah, you do that constantly.
Yeah, I'm always doing
No,
the
he
pop.
never does that. But I think he secretly owns like a big red or yellow jumpsuit somewhere.
Yeah, we didn't know this until afterwards, but apparently ICP covered that song years ago too, because we were in Indianapolis, I think, and when we got done playing one night, or I can't remember exactly where we were, but there was a super drunk dude that was like just wearing like a wife beater with like ketchup stains on it, and he was like, "Man, that was awesome! Your ICP cover was awesome!" And I was like, I looked at Chris and I was like, "What in the hell did he just say?"
That wasn't ketchup, that was Fago.
Yeah,
there you go. Some
right.
rock and ride.
So yeah, then I looked it up on the internet, and sure enough, the ICP had covered it. So, us and them.
Actually, the cover's not all that.
Oh yeah.
Stranger Things.
Out.
I'm from Detroit, so I hate
They also did a song with Jack White, which is pretty weird too. Oh yeah.
Detroit. Fosters.
Fosters people as well.
And well,
As horrible as they are. Sorry.
speaking of, you guys just released your EP. I'm always interested in, now it's obviously the digital age. Download this, download that, Spotify, Bandcamp. I still like owning the personal copy, vinyl, CD, all that stuff. I was just wondering, as a band, when you guys release music, how do you guys release your music? Like, what is your main goal now that everything is upgraded? Do you guys just gonna stick to digital, or?
It's always such a debate in this band about how we're going to release something, because we always want to go in and record a full EP or a full album, but the method has been just to release singles, and it's changed everything. And then people are starting to go back to collecting vinyl, and that's coming in. So,
And I think that's a different dynamic between a rock band and a, say, pop band. Pop bands want to release singles, they want to get stuff out there, they want to get their music, they want to get new fans. Rock bands want to make albums. Like, we want to make, we want to write 10,000 songs and put it on wax,
And if I like a band, I want their whole album.
Right.
Like, I want to hear what this band sounds like from start to finish, what their idea of the band was. I think that doesn't really exist anymore. So we're in that flux right now. What do we do?
Yeah.
Wax Tracks released ours with, I think, a good format. It was, a couple songs and then some remixes.
Some remixes, yeah.
I
So the
think that's
EP
kinda
is
where it's
actually the cover and like the B side that we did, and then two like more electronic dance tracks that we made that just because that label's pretty electronic, and then two remixes, and so it worked out pretty good. And I think the EP that we did right before that one, which was last year's record called Ropes on Fire, we did 4 loud songs, rock songs, and then three acoustic versions of one of the songs that was on there, and then 2 of the songs that were from older records. I kind of reimagined them as acoustic songs, which some of the people that have been really have followed the band for a long time are really like into it, hearing those songs come out in a different version. So I would like to keep doing that, and we're lining up the next group of tracks that we're going to start recording, and I'm trying to at least try to do 1 or 2 acoustic ones as well too, from records that we've already put out, like maybe one of the single from Ropes on Fire or whatever, redo
cool.
it.
Yeah.
They just sound so cool. You never really would realize being in a electronic heavy band that anything would come across acoustically, but it worked out pretty well.
I think that
So-
started-
We actually played it live a few times, too.
And that started back when I was doing, so I post these acoustic nights for years at Angels and Kings, and like big bands would come through and play acoustic. And it was before I was playing with you guys, and I had you in, and they had to turn their songs into a bunch of acoustic tracks, and it started to sound really cool. And I'm a folk finger style guitarist, so I kind of.
What are you?
Folk finger style guitarist. Yeah.
Tongue twister there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it really worked out. It was like a whole different realm to go down. So and we've done it live a bunch of times.
Sounds great.
We were able to jump on like a pop-up store for Lollapalooza a couple of summers ago, where
Did some Fender promo.
So yeah, it was super cool.
Awesome. Now, as musicians, what is your favorite music gear and why?
I mean, I'll start with that. Everything. I'm a producer by trade, synth player by night, I guess. So put any keyboard or anything with keys in front of me, and I want to diddle it till my fingers fall off. Do not take that out of context.
You sounded like a superhero.
Yeah, that's true. No, I love synths, any synth ever, and drum machines. That's my thing.
How about you?
I love my Epiphone Thunderbird quite a bit, actually. Yeah, I just love the way it feels and sounds. I think that's probably my favorite thing that I've got.
I'm a synthesizer guy too. I like analog synths. I have a Nord lead that I really like. I have a Virus that I really like. But I'm also a drummer and so I'm like really into the drum sound, and I love steel snare drums. I was nerding out with our friends that we played with not very long ago the other night, and we were just talking about how much we liked Alex Van Halen just because of the way his drums sounded. And like no one ever picks that guy. Everyone picks everybody else. Everyone picks his brother because his brother's like a prodigy. But he was like, I like Alex Van Halen. I was like, dude, I like Alex Van Halen.
Snares and toms are like
they're so interesting and unique, and it's the way like when you hear Smashing Pumpkins guitar, you know it's a Smashing Pumpkins guitar. When I hear a Van Halen track, like you just know that sound. So I don't know. I kind of nerd out over that.
And you?
I don't know. I'm just an effects junkie, pretty much. So, I'm just a gearhead. So, I don't know. I like to use a lot of effects on guitar, but right now I've been getting really into just using a lot of like floor-based vocal effects live for both of us. And it's nice to have that because we can replicate things that we do in the studio live all the time. And then what else? I guess.
I like your new thing that makes your guitar sound like a.
Oh yeah, I finally.
a lot of guitars lately too.
Yeah, I bought like 7. Don't ask. I got a problem. So I don't know. I've been going through a Fender phase right now with like maple necks and black bodies and like blackout of like every different kind. Shut up. And I don't know, you really like this Fender Starcaster I bought right now. I love that. Like this hollow body they reissued. Love it. But right now I don't know. Trying to get. I think in-ears has been the best thing for everything because it's so nice. Big stage, small stage. You just say I don't need monitors. So I've always shied away from it when you were playing smaller venues, but now it's like it's great. You don't have to deal with anything. So
yeah, you can dial in whatever you want to your own sound.
It's like, and the sound guys are always grateful. I always thought they'd be like, oh, what a prick, he's bringing all this crap. But no, they're always really receptive to it. Just there's less work.
It's always great when you find something what you're comfortable with, but then you find something else, and there's always more and more to learn, and you're like, oh wait, I like this. Every year you just keep on progressing. So that's cool. And you guys have a show coming up December 12th, the Subterranean.
Right.
Are you guys going on any future tours after this show? What's the plan for you guys?
What I want to try to do is get rolling on the next line of songs that we have lined up. We have like about 3 or 4 that we're really into, and then like I said, I want to do an acoustic version of a couple of songs that we've already recorded. I always try to push for more, so that way if some of them don't work out or they fall apart in the production process, you don't end up with like 1 or 2 songs and not know what to do. So I want to try to make 1 or 2 more, just so we have a few under our belt, and then we go in and let our drummer track all the drums at once.
Chris, who is not here.
Yeah, he's on his way, but yeah, he's like solid, so that he can just go in and record it all in one take. He's super good. So that's what I kind of want to get focused on doing, just because it's winter and our van is like the oldest thing on the planet. It's like a dinosaur. It does not even drive well in the summer. So and we've gone through blizzards and stuff with that.
Jean-Claude is not holding up.
Yeah. Our band's name is Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Nice.
She's actually in the shop right now because she died on Sunday. But
She was just bluffing.
yeah, and then she started the next day. What a mess. Yeah, so I figure I would like want to take the cold, dreary months and try to get us a bunch of songs recorded so we can come out in the spring when Jean-Claude is back to work.
Well, hopefully your car doesn't find sudden death. Oh, see what I did there? See what I did there? Oh man, I had to. But well, I have one final question for you guys. I ask every band this.
All right.
But if you had to compare your band to a movie, what movie would it be and why?
Don't look at me.
Dun 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 dun.
I thought you were gonna say a band because we get that all the time. Like, who do you sound like? But a movie, no one's ever said.
Howard the Duck.
What?
No, I don't know.
Jeez. Can we cut in case we can't think of anything and then like split back
Garbage
in?
Pail Kids.
Garbage Pails.
The
You
movie?
you would want to say Blade Runner or something.
Well,
It's okay, we're being patient.
Yeah, like something dark and stuff like that. Sure, like
Dark,
yeah, I mean,
80s influence,
Apocalypse
Will and
Now and yeah. Oh,
Donnie Darko?
yeah, Donnie Darko. That'll work. I mean,
Kardashian porn.
There you go.
I mean, come on, guys.
yeah, man, you stumped us. I don't know.
You wish the Crow. I'd go with Blade
No,
Runner.
please,
I'd
not
go-
The Crow.
I'd go with Blade Runner probably. Something like
yeah,
that.
Blade
Ooh,
Runner.
Blade
I'd
Runner's
go with
a good
Blade
one.
Runner way before The Crow.
Yeah.
Just 'cause
I think a
That's his
better
vibe.
question is, and I'm not trying to step on your toes, is what would our music be the best soundtrack for, like for a movie?
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
I still don't have an answer.
I knew that you were gonna come with something that you found and then drop the ball right after it's on.
I would say we would do very well of making or being featured on the soundtrack of The Dirt whenever they make that movie.
Sure, that'd
Yeah.
be sweet. Or like if they did Requiem for a Dream Part 2,
Oh God.
That would be good.
or anything with Lindsay Lohan.
With not Jared Leto.
Yeah. I think we do well in the new in the Suicide Squad movie. I think there's a few.
They're making a Memento too, for some reason.
No, I heard they're
Remaking it.
I'm sorry. Stupid thing to do.
Ridiculous.
That's got to be a good fit.
I think there's a couple songs that we have that would go really well with that kind of
Or
thing.
Night at the Museum.
Or yeah. Yeah.
Jack Black.
Now you're just getting ridiculous.
No,
I've never even seen that.
neither have I.
Geely too. I don't
Is
know.
that with Jennifer Lopez?
All right.
Throw our
Wasn't ours, but it was-
So we have a Kim Kardashian porn, Blade Runner, Donnie Darko,
And Geely too.
and there we go.
Geely too. Anything with the old Benifer in it.
Cool.
Made in Manhattan.
You know, side note, I heard that they like cut Gem and the Rockers from the movie theater like after like 2 weeks.
Dude,
I wanted to see
They
that.
made a Gem and the Rocker movies in 2015. They're like 20 years too late.
Yeah.
What a stupid idea.
Well, hey, if there's anything else you guys want to say out there to the fans, where to find you guys on the internet and all that.
Yeah, we own all the Comasoft. There's no other Comasoft, so we're Comasoft.com, Facebook Comasoft, Twitter, Instagram. Everything is just straight up Comasoft. Comasoft.
There you go. Anything else, guys?
Geely was a terrible movie.
Come out Subterranean.
Yeah, in Subterranean, December 12th, playing with some really good bands, and we'll be rocking hard. The last time we played there, we had one of the best shows since I've been in the band that Comasoft's ever done. So I'm excited to put on a very live show for you with the rest of these guys.
Well, hey, guys, I really appreciate you doing this interview with me. And Wheelers Weekend Jams live and direct. Make sure to check us out on our website at wheelersweekendjams.com. And to support us for what we do, go to patreon.com/WWJ.
Thanks, bye.
We're